Right, okay, Punch Out Boxing, delighted to be here with Thomas Myers after going in 6 slippery rounds with Victor. Look, nobody gets Victor out of there. He is one of the hardest journeymen to catch up with. But before we go into that, Thomas, can you just tell us a bit about your boxing background? I know you've got quite an amateur pedigree over there in Ireland, and what you achieved and why you decided to turn pro now.
I won an Irish youth title, got beaten 2 senior finals, a few title finals underage, boxed for Ireland a few times. After my last fight as an amateur, which was Irish senior final, I wanted to go pro, and COVID came along, took me out of the sport. 5 years out, didn't want to go back boxing. Then all of a sudden I said I'd like to give the pro game a shot, and here we are today now. Second fight in 5 years.
All right, well, I'm sure your manager Jack will be getting you plenty more fights. Are you based over here in the UK now?
No, in Sligo, Ireland. Based in Ireland. I'll have most of my fights over this side, but I'd like to make home coming soon, hopefully.
Okay, that's natural. Obviously, there's much more shows here in the UK, so you might have to come here often. So what can we expect from you stylistically and physically? Are you going to be a middleweight, super middleweight? Where do you think you sit?
Light heavyweight for now, but after next summer maybe I might drop down to super middle after another fight or two. So I get the feel of the boxing back again into my veins, and then I drop down the weight. There's in Ireland domestic scene at super middleweight there's more in it than light heavyweight. That's where I want to be at. Domestic fights back home in Ireland.
Yeah, of course. I say this to every fight from Ireland. I reckon Irish boxing's about to hit a golden period. Because you look at the fight, the big one announced in Belfast, Crocker and Donovan. You know, some of the girls like Shauna O'Keefe's coming on, really nice to take over from Katie. You got, the Pierce O'Leary's of this world.
Yeah.
I think the next, decade is going to be great for you guys.
The thing of Ireland is there's not enough shows in Ireland to see the talent that's in Ireland. The talent in Ireland is just it's next level. But as you know yourself, it's not as many shows, so we're not seen by the wider nation. So I think in the next couple of years, next decade, as you said, we'll see the Irish boxing taking over big time.
Yeah, can't wait, because who doesn't love the fighting Irishman? So in terms of your career, like I said, Victor, he's one of the slipperiest journeymen out there. How many sort of journeyman type fights do you think you need to build your way into the pro game before you start stepping up?
Hoping to have another 1 or 2 after Christmas, then hopefully in domestic scene in Ireland. Yeah. That's the plan.
Okay. 1 or 2, and then what? Start moving up to 6, 8, or even 10s?
The plan is to have one more 4 round, 6 round, then go from there. Then domestic scene 6, 8, maybe 10 rounds. Who knows?
Do you need to travel a lot for training camps as well? Do you need to come to the UK or Europe or America?
No, I travel around Ireland a lot. Right from Sligo, there's not many around there's 1 or 2 maybe you get a sparring off, but if you want mixing with the best, you have to travel like Dublin, places like that, which is like 3.5 hours from where I live. So you have to travel a lot, and it's all travelling around Ireland. It's not over the UK, just all around Ireland.
All right, a lot of pros that have to do that. You ever managed to get any sparring in with any of the top names?
No, not yet. I've few top names in Ireland now. I've been sparring in this camp, but none of the top names in the UK now at the moment, which in the Irish scene.
How do you assess the divisions that you might be operating in? Who do you think is, say, the best at middleweight or super middleweight, depending where you're going to operate?
And in super middleweight at the moment, there's like 2 lads there, it's Emma Brennan and Kevin Cronin. They're the 2 main men at the moment down the super middleweight. Now, I was barring Kevin Cronin lead up this fight, so but they're the 2 main men in that weight. But at the moment, I'm light heavyweight. I'll be there for the future at the moment, but after a few fights, who knows what happens.
Yeah, sure, of course, you need to ease your way into this. As you said, you've been out for a while. Right, any idea of when Jack's getting you out in 2025?
Hopefully February, March. I'll be out early enough, keep the momentum going.
Are you a full-time pro, or do you have a day job?
Oh, full-time pro now.
Yeah.
Full-time pro, yeah.
Oh, that helps a lot. So yeah, Jack, you get down to work and get him some fights. Jack Gladman. Jack. He wants to get a move on. Need to get him out regular.
Yeah, the plan will be to come back February, March time, and then probably in a 6 rounder, and then by the end of next year we want to be Celtic champion and challenging for the Irish. So if anyone's got that belt at light heavy, because I actually don't know if it's vacant at the minute, then basically that's our belt. So keep it warm.
I love to hear it. But Jack, as a manager, you know how difficult is the logistics. As Thomas said, Ireland, much smaller pool of fights and fighters. You're going to have to keep sort of bringing him over here in the next year or so.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the added advantage that most don't have, in that I'm obviously a matchmaker, so I can put him on shows. Huge shout out to Mannings Promotions for tonight. Like, they obviously was matchmaker on the show, and Anthony actually came to me and said, "Look, do you want any of yours on? I know that my other two are based in the northeast of England." I think he was a bit surprised when I said I wanted the Irish one on, but then he was like, right, well, if he can cover himself and he can pay into the house, come on. And we worked out a deal that benefited us both, and here we are. Thomas is 2-0. We probably would have liked to have been 3-0, but he had a minor injury. But hopefully in 2025 we can start moving on towards that Celtic title, and by the end of next year be up around that Irish title. I'm not saying we're going to be Irish champion by the end of the year, but I'd like to be up around there by the end of the year.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing how your career progresses. Thomas, pleasure meeting you for the first time. Have a good Christmas and New Year. We'll see you in 2025.
Yeah, definitely.